Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV3805. It's the Tier 9 British SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff, and this one is under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP, and this is her first submission for the weekend lying competition. Game on! Well, I can tell by the length of that howitzer's barrel that she's got the top gun, which is actually a 7.2-inch howitzer, capable of doing 850 alpha, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look. Yep, 46 millimeters of pen, 9.5 meters on the burst radius, between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun, and with her is a T92 HMC. Okay, she's ready to go. She's loaded. Let's see what she can do. 7.2-inch howitzer, by the way, it's 182.9. Now, 183 millimeters is something that a lot of players who play the Death Star or the Heshbon would actually be, well, reminded of. Yes, this is the howitzer that actually normally provided the gun for the Heshbon and the Death Star. She's located an Object 705 out in the corner. Direct hit with the first shot. 379 hit points. Non-penetrating. Okay, the standard reload for this Arty is 35.47. And Angelina's got 28.68. So she has knocked a few seconds off there. These 7 seconds. Rounds out. Oh, RNG was unkind there. That one hit the rock, nowhere near the target. Now it's got a 50-degree arc, the FV3805. 25 degrees either side of the center line. And that's because the gun is actually mounted in a swivel mount, which enables it to turn 25 degrees either side. Of course, if somebody gets behind you, it's still very difficult. You have to turn around. She fires the round in. Oh, she stops that bunch of tanks moving forwards. She stunned them, and she got some damage off the T110E5 from a friendly stun shot. See, the enemy are actually almost competing against each other for that position. They all want to use it. So if we can lay shells in there, that would certainly help a great deal. Their E5 just died, by the way. He got taken out by a Leopard 1 on our team. Okay. That's 705A. Still on the cliff edge, but we're lining up a shot for him. Rounds out. Oh, he stopped moving back. But she did get the stun assist. It was just within range to pick up a bit of stun. Now again, this is an Arty that they never actually put into production. They did build 2 prototypes, and the prototypes without the howitzers were used for passenger vehicles for quite some time afterwards. It became known as Major Picton's Palace because over at the Isle of Wight, they used to use them out on the ranges, or is it not the Isle of Wight actually, it's Shrewsburyness, and they used it as what they call a mule to actually move people about and also get out onto the sands. That was close. Now, it was about the time that they were looking at this particular Arty that they originally considered 3 different howitzers for it. The 5.5 inch, which is 139.7, same one as on the Crusader SP. A 6 inch, which is a 152.4, which is the same as you find on the FV3805. And of course, then there's the one that this one actually has, which is the 7.2. Same as on the FV304. Okay, a number of tanks are passing or going through the Western Pass, or trying to. Rounds out on the Jaeger. Direct hit on his side for 113. You can see why she swapped positions, because actually it does give her great shots on those guys up on the donut now. Yep, that Wizzy 111 Model 14 is now a one-shot. Angelina can take him out with 1 round. Now, if you don't know about the competition... Oh, there's the enemy Leopard prototype. No, she tried to chase him. She did stun him there. If you've got line on target, don't try and chase the target, because, again, that will slow down the reload. Or slow down the dial-in, I should say, not the reload. It's actually easier to see the first shot, take the first shot immediately. Okay, Angelina's trying to find where she can get a decent shot. No decent angles here, so she's actually being a little more adventurous and actually coming out from that position and moving back to one of the previous ones. We're streaming into the enemy rear. And it looks like this game is almost over. There's only 2 enemies left. We've got no shot on them, but we definitely have a shot on the enemy Arty from what I can see, because they must be down in grid squares A1 or A2. Either that or they're behind the cap and they haven't been seen yet. I think that's highly unlikely. They must be over in A1 or A2, and Angelina's now looking in that direction. She doesn't want to wait for the reload. She's gonna... There he is. There's target. Rounds out. And... she gets a big hit. The FV3805 goes down to the Oh, it's actually the STB1 who got the kill. And the last Arty is dead. And that's game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was a 3rd class tanker for Angelina75 in the FV3805. In fact, this was only her 2nd game in this Arty, and she's already got her first 3rd class to win this game. She also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 5 exactly, and she got a Confederate as well, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team. And a win rate of only 744, which is not very good, but down to the fact, obviously, she didn't get a lot of damage from the enemy with direct hits. We look at the team scores, we can see that she actually got 847 hit points of damage, but she did pick up that Confederate. The high scorer in the game is Kampfpanzer 7, who got 4,778, followed by the IS-4 with 3,539. And he also managed to get a steel wall. And the 3rd place was the Leopard 1 with 3,044. So Angelina nowhere near the leaders. But when it came to kills, we can see the high score was the Leopard 1 with 3 kills. 2 kills to the Kampfpanzer, the STB1, the Jaeger, and the Death Star. Angelina didn't get any kills at all. But on the enemy team, only 2 players managed to get kills at all in that game. And it was their Heshbon and their Jaeger. And when it came to base XP, you can see the only player to get over 1,000 base was the Kampfpanzer 7, 1,111, and 994 to the STB1, 889 to the IS-4, and Angelina's a little higher up the table with 748, matched alongside the Death Star, who also got the same. So Angelina's actually in joint 6th place when it comes to base XP, because she still beat all the players on the enemy team. She only managed to get away for 8 shots in the game, and some of those were, well, RNG wasn't kind to her. 3 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, at least 7 splash. 847 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. She damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 0. There's the Confederate. And she also got 4 hit points for damage assist and 1,942 for stun assist of 7 stuns. On a free-to-play account, she made 10,131 credits profit and 1,496 experience points, but it was really down to the fact she only managed to get away 8 shots during that game. She was moving quite a bit, and possibly there were a couple of positions that might have favored her a little bit better, but the enemy was being very, very difficult to hit. And as we can see here, she only actually got damage of basically 4 craft in the entire battle. The rest are either critical hits or just stun. And as a result, that's why she didn't get a very high result off this game. But at least she's getting used to the FV3805. It can actually be better using the 152.4mm howitzer, the 6-inch howitzer, because you get more shots off. That's got a faster fire rate. It's basically, it's the same howitzer as on the FV207. It's just it's much more effective at getting out that damage. So if you're marking it, you might want to consider using one of the slightly smaller howitzers. But if you're actually just after huge damage, then the big one will actually do the job. Well, this puts Angelina in the lead. She's now got a 3rd class, a bruiser, and a medal. So now Talon has to beat that. Nobody set a score this week, so Angelina is definitely in the lead. But there's another video in, so I'm going to do that one straight away, and we'll upload that today. So, yes, you'll see if Angelina gets to keep her lead. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.